want to make a couple of changes here to the way I'm looking at the screen, because it's not really very easy to see what's going on this particular web page. So I'm going to go to View, and I'm going to say I'd actually like to split it vertically. So I'd like to have the web page next to the writing. And actually, I would prefer the other way around. I think I'd like the writing on this side. So View, and I'd like it to have the live view on this side. So the actual view is on this side. That's the first change you want to make. Second, I think the title should be bigger than that. So instead of using a paragraph for the title, I'm going to use a heading H1. So instead of saying I wanted it as a paragraph, I'd like that as H1. So I've said start H1, write Humpty Dumpty, stop H1. So only the bit that says Humpty Dumpty between the two tags, the opening and closing tags, only that bit will change. The refresh button is up here. Click on the refresh button, and there we go. Humpty Dumpty is now in a different font, on a different size, and a different colour, except it isn't really. It's got bigger, but I actually wanted to change other things about that. I wanted it to have a different font, and I want a different colour, and I possibly want a different size. So I need to now tell the program what I want H1 to mean. Okay? And I'm going to put this in the head. I'm actually going to paste this in just for the quickest, rather than you sit there watching me typing. Let me go through quite slowly what I've done here. First of all, changing how something looks is called changing the style. So I start by opening up a style tag. I'm going to finish it off with closing a style tag. What I'd write first is what it is I want to set the style of, which I've just said is H1. And then I have one of these curly brackets, sometimes they're called braces. And you find these on the keyboard above the square brackets. I'm used quite a lot in programming. So I'm putting what I want to change H1 to between opened curly brackets and closed curly brackets. And then inside here I write down the things I want to change it to. So colour, that's not a misspelling, and that's the American way of spelling colour, followed by a colon, and then followed by the colour, and then followed by a semicolon. So what I'm changing and what I'm changing it to are separated by a colon, and at the end a semicolon. Font family, and we'll see in a bit why it's font family and not just font. I want to change to Balloonist SF, and again you got the colon and the finish with the semicolon. And finally I want to change the font size to 30. I'm going to put into 30px. Okay? And again the colon and the semicolon. Close the braces, close the style. So I've said is I want to change the style of H1. I want to change it to colour blue, font family Balloonist SF, and size 30. I'm finished talking about H1, and I've finished changing the style for this document. So if I now refresh, Humpty Dumpty has changed to blue, to Balloonist SF, and to font size 30.